Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Stu and we are here again in the city of Applegate. Yeah, there was a slight technical issue, so I've recorded a whole lovely video here. It was all going really rather well. Went to publish it and realised that my microphone was off the entire time I was recording. So I'm attempting to put in a little post video commentary. We'll see how that goes. But yes, so I was going over the sort of new bits I've done. So I've changed up all these trees through here, made them these slightly darker looking ones, more in keeping with the area I thought. And yeah, I just wanted to have a little wander down at street levels. I don't think we've done that yet. So here we are, we join this lovely lady as she walks through our lovely new park in the Crescent area here. And yeah, I think it's looking pretty nice. With the trains in the background, and I mean, I like the sense of scale you actually get when you get down to ground level. It's all very good and well looking at it from your nice zoomed out position that you normally play the game in, but it's quite nice to get down and dirty with the focusity and see how it's looking. Now just up here on the left somewhere, before I get too distracted by people walking through the fences, there they go. What are they up to? They're taking the path, that's what they're, because it connects up to the roadway. There's a lonely child just wandering off. And yes, so I just wanted to check this out. We've got this nice little bespoke sort of dining area I thought I'd put in. And that looks pretty trendy. Got some nice hedges, all done just with the custom props. And yes, so that was very nice. And from there, what did we go on to talk about? Ah yes, we put in some cemeteries because we've been having a few issues. If we get the overlay back, there we go. Yeah, our cemeteries are starting filling up and I had dead people everywhere, so we needed to pop down a few extra cemeteries just to ease that problem. So I just built a little tiny area off the back of the new bit of high density we'd done. Shoved a couple of cemeteries in there and that seems to have dealt with it for the time being. That's by no means a permanent solution, but it'll do the job for now. Now I've put in some additional roads here. I want to build a nice hilltop area was the plan, and it does work out pretty nicely, but you know, we'll let it get there naturally. So I laid out these roads. I have this sort of vision for a nice kind of high-rise area in keeping with what we've already got. But yeah, a friend of mine has suggested, you know, a nice sleepy rural bit would be good, but I think a nice high-density commercial, more exclusive-looking area might be better. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought that hey, this is a good plan. So I'm going to go ahead and pop some of these in. Now, if we watch me do this, start with zoning off, looking pretty nice, waiting to see what we're going to spawn in, and then I realised that we need a district here in order to make the buildings look how I want them to, because they're just going to spawn in that European style, which doesn't fit with the vibe of the city so far. There's one going in there now, and I'll go, right, we're going to pop in some of the high density commercial stuff in here, but I want those to be, what do I want them to be? The tourism style buildings, so you start getting some sort of hotels and clubs and pubs and all that good stuff, so give some stuff for our people to come and do. So I think at some point in a second I'm going to realise that that needs to happen and think about putting a district in. Let's have a look. Have you realised yet, Stu? Yes, just realised. There we go, that's better. So let's just paint in a district here. Another fantastic district job here. I've got a habit of going in and tidying them up after the event, because you can spend ages getting your districts looking neat and tidy, whereas we'll just paint a massive area there. And then I think we went for the self-sufficient on the what am I talking about? Self-sufficient on the residential. Yep, so we'll pop that in, just check that's stuck. Yes, it has. And then we're going to make, if any offices, the IT clusters, because they get really tall and look really awesome. and then for the commercial, yep, there we go, we've just popped in the tourism one. So there we go, so we're just going to let that spawn and build out and see what we get. So there they go, they start popping up. The old ones disappear. That looks good. Ah yes, and then of course standard, you want to make sure you've got some water pipes in there. See how I've completely abandoned my let's follow the roads mentality, particularly for somewhere like this where it's just so all over the shop. It's probably best just to make sure you get your coverage right. As I say, I mean, you don't get to see your pipes too often, so you know it's fine. So just make sure that's all in. There we go. Gonna hook that one up. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. And then you're probably going to need to remember to add some power, Stu. You're going to do that? Yep, good man. Just run a little one up from there. Good idea. Right, well, that's that taken care of. Now we shall see those all go away. Yep, looking good. And there we go, so we get some of these nice high-rise buildings. A few nice apartments at the front there. Again, the Green Cities DLC earning its keep. A few nightclubs. Quite a lot of the same building actually, so I think I do try to delete a few out and sort of try and re-roll the buildings, see how we get on. But yeah, that's looking nice. And at this point I decide that whilst it's kind of doing the job, we need to sort of tie it into the landscape a bit more, so we're going to paint in a whole mess of trees. I go to town here. Yeah, look at that. Still not doing it. I think you have to add some more steam. Oh, a little bit of variation. Yep. Good decisions. It's very weird watching yourself back, because you're kind of looking at it going, God, what kind of nonsense was I talking whilst all this was going on? Looking better. I still think you can go one better, Stu. You're going to have to get down and dirty. That's right, individual tree placement. Oh, that's right, yes, we made the big city milestone, 17,000 population. We'll talk through some of the things. We've got a new area to unlock. A few new policies. The crematorium, that's a very important one. And a few new other bits and pieces as well. Stadium, train hubs, cryo, preservatory. Another fantastic building, all in the name of death care. But yes, let's pop in a whole mess of trees. Literally, there's going to be no edge left untouched by these lovely fir trees. I'm using them mostly to cover up sort of the dodgy land, effectively. I don't mind the height differences, but sometimes just like that sheer rock face just looks a bit pants. So yeah, we're just going to pop in a whole load of these. There we go, looking great. Just keep going, bam, 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 all the way through here. There's some more we can put in there. Yep, fill it out, make it really densely populated with trees. Pretty nice. Now you've got to do this edge as well. There we go. Yeah, no real rhyme or reason. I'm just literally just spamming the controller in all directions. Keep smashing the X button, getting those laid down. Hiding things away. Yep, all over the place. Go on, keep going, Stu. Keep going. Oh, there we go. That's looking lots better. That's right, I must always survey it from every possible angle to make sure I'm happy. Maybe find some gaps. Or am I going to leave it? I think that's it. Yeah, that's nice. I'm here mulling over whether or not some of those trees are too high. And I decide that actually you'd want that. You want the people paying the top money for your penthouse apartments at the top or whatever to have the best views. So if you can obscure it for the plebs living at the bottom of your building, then I think that's a sensible idea. Yeah, there we go. Just deleting a few buildings, kind of like, oh, too many of the same one. Let's see if we can lose a few. Let's see if we can have a bit of luck with the reroll. If I remember correctly, it doesn't make too much of a difference in the end, but hey, you know, you've got to try these things sometimes. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I like the way it's sitting up there, but it's not high enough. Those bits look great, but I want a more of a focal point. So I'm going to try and find a couple of unique buildings to shove in to, yeah, just add a little bit of variation to the theme. Just go searching through the various levels of unique buildings here to pop one in. Oh yeah, the twisty skyscraper, we'll have that. In it goes. Again, these are just nice buildings for tourists and your citizens just to come and check out. Gives them a reason to make the journey up to this section. It's nice, and I want something even bigger. Ah, the observation tower, go on, put it in. Go on, there we go, that's the one. I mean, look at that, that looks ridiculous on its own like that. Very high up. But if you put in some of the IT buildings, using the office or menu studio, that's where you want to be, that's better, then actually they can really sort of get up to those kind of levels with a bit of luck. So putting a little bit more commercial, and then I think just around the back we'll put in the offices. Yes, there we go. All over the shop. Front and back. Yeah, fill in all those too. Keep everything moving along nicely. We've got a little bit of industrial demand, so they should pop up pretty quickly if memory serves. See, already you've got that IT building just to the right of it, which is... all of a sudden it sort of all starts to meld together. And then just here I'm sort of checking it from views from afar, making sure it doesn't look too out of place. Again, got to check from every angle. Yeah, the trees are looking good, everything's spawning in quite nicely. Oh yeah, still not enjoying, got some similar buildings coming in again, we'll lose those. See, I was hoping for a few more of those taller ones that you get on the back road there to spawn in, but I don't think they ever do. Still, does look quite nice. Let's look from over here. Very good, and then maybe we'll check from over here as well. Yep, that's me. Now, what was the next port of call I went for from here on in? Now, I do believe I was thinking about trying to get people up to this new fantastic area and sort of introduce a new method of travel into the city. And the best way to go about that, I thought, might be to use some cable cars. Now, they're a bit of an interesting beast, you know, they're simply, they don't run like normal public transport. So you don't have to sort of set lines for them or anything like that. They're just literally a cable car. They just go from A to B, maybe via a little stop in the middle. I'm just debating on where best to put them in here. I think I wanted to do just a little one down from this zone. Yeah, in it goes. Down to here, just to stop people having to do the walk round, make life a little bit easier for them. But you don't want to have it direct on that road. You also want to stay out of the way of that traffic. Not that there's much there, but you know, you've always got to be thinking of these things. So I'm just going to pop in a little road here, roughly aligned with where that one's going to be going. Just checking the lineup of that. There we go. I'll just pop a little road in, and then freeforming a little curve just to make it look nice. There we go. And then it should just be a simple case of popping in the corresponding exit there for the cable car, and then we'll just connect them up to the cables. Oh, that wasn't working. Oh, that's what I needed to raise it up so you can do similar levels. There you go. Bit of a large drop, but I think it does the job quite nicely. Just watch them go in, they kind of go in, turn around, come back down, there they go. Looking good. I think we do a little check to make sure, see if anybody's coming along to check them out. And as you see straight away, we've got a decent wedge of people. Well, I say a decent wedge of people, 3 or 4, but they're all coming down to check out the new cable car. So that's always a win. When you drop in a new method of transportation and people are sort of, well, maybe not flocking towards it, but they're definitely interested in checking it out and using it for its intended purpose, I guess. Shows you've made a good decision. So that's all very well for this side of the area, but I wanted to do another cable car up to the other side as well. Make sure everybody's got access. Now this one maybe goes a little bit over the top, I can't decide. I quite like it. I'm going to put one in there when you're doing a... Come on, get it in, Stu. There you go, a little bit more to the left. That's it. Bingo. And where are you going to go from there? Because, I mean, there's not really many people living down this section. And I figure there's a nice little gap that runs right through the middle there that I've sort of left blank. And I'm thinking, oh, where am I going to drop it down? Where am I going to drop it down? And you know what? I think it might be nice to give a nice little cable car, maybe mostly for the bridge people, but these little people town centre town as well. Oh, that's right, we got interrupted by a university upgrade. We've gone up to 2-star. Let's just go in to have a little look at that. And yeah, we are now a recognised university. So we've gone up to the 2nd level. Gives us a whole bunch of new buildings. And resets your levels. So now to get up to the next level, you've got to get a 4th academic work, get a whole bunch more students, and make your campus a load more attractive. Now, I don't do this now. I think I'll come back to it after we finish off the cable car. Let's just eye up the university area a bit longer. There we go. So back to what we were doing. I want to run the cable car lines all down there, but we need to put our little end junction in first. So let's pop a little road in. Come on, Stu, get to the. Yeah, that looks great. That's some of the best road placement I think I've ever seen. Oh, he's a genius. And then you need to connect that up, mate. So yeah, get the freeform in there. Yep, let's make the most awkward looking road possible. Brilliant. It's a bit hilly, doesn't it? Too bad though. Then we'll just set that one up as well for the bridge people. Lovely, so then we'll pop in the terminal for the cable car, and then we need to get the lines in. So we're going to have to go up quite high to get that to go over the road and the rail track. There we go, but there is a one that works, takes out that commercial building, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Sorry chap, off you go. And run into the middle there, and I think we can just go, it's just a straight shot from there, all the way down. Bingo. Now I need to lower down the level a little bit there, try and keep it looking as straight as possible. And then maybe 1 or 2 more placements and we should be all connected up. Bingo. And there we have it. A completely over the top cable car servicing one end of the city all the way up to the lovely exclusive commercial zone. And hey, who wouldn't want to ride that? Well, me probably, but you know, it looks alright. What are we going to do now? Oh, just checking out to sort of see instructions are on it. Remembering that you don't need to do lines, and the cable cars just start trundling off. Oh, that's right, I think I wanted to see whether you can sort of up the number of cars, but you can't. They just all crack on. There they all go. Yeah, that's looking good. I like that. I can already see a few people coming in to take that. So obviously there's interest in getting to that end of town. Yep, check it from every angle. Looks good, mate. It looks good. Just double checking the buildings there to make sure I'm happy. Decide I'm about as happy as I'm ever going to be. Debating on adding in some more trees. Can't actually remember if I go ahead and do it or not. Oh, now you need the long range view. It is called City Skylines after all, so you do want to check how the skyline appears. That's right, and then considering eventually we'll be able to buy another square out the back, and you can, I'm thinking you can probably continue that down the other side of the hill as well, once we actually have access to it. Checking my traffic, all looking pretty nice and tidy. Deciding that it's definitely a keeper. Looks pretty nice. Not too shabby. Now, having completed that, it's time to move focus on to the campus. So we got up to level 2. Or the renowned or recognised. I think it was recognised, isn't it? Not renowned just yet. I think that's the next level up. So we're going to check out the new buildings that we've got. Just going through the ones we've already placed in. I wanted to even up, get a little bit of dormitory symmetry going on. So you can always be painstakingly place these in the right place. Just making sure I'm putting them the right way round. Oh geez, come on Stu, sort it out. There we go, one there and one on the other side. That will do, mate, that will do very nicely. Yep, so that's doubled the capacity of our university. Not that we were anywhere near capacity anyway, but just when you got the money, you want to make it look right. Ah yes, we decided that the groundskeeper doesn't need to live that close to the students, so we're going to pop him next to the main building. There he goes. Absolutely lovely. Now, what other new buildings have we got to put in? Yep, all done, all done. Come on, Stu, get to the point. Aha, the outdoor study area. It's a nice little open air zone for your students to come and check out. Come and do a bit of work in the sunshine. Although it does seem to be permanently raining in this city. So that looks okay, but I think I end up wanting to change the side that it's attached to. Yep, there we go. Got to faff around with the location a little bit more. There we go. Oh, it's not perfect, Stu. You're probably going to have to change that. Yep. There we go. That looks nicer. Yep, happy with that. What other buildings do we have to add in? The gymnasium. It's gonna fit in somewhere. Maybe here initially. Doesn't look too bad. But I think I end up wanting to move it next door to the administration building. Yep, doesn't need to be there, it needs to be there. Such is the fickle way of my mind. There we go, I decided that's much better. Although looking at it second time round, I'm still not 100% convinced. Just leave it there though, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. What else do we have? Cafeteria. That can go in just here by the outdoor study area. Finding it hard to know which tense to talk in. I have done this, or maybe just talk like I'm doing it at the same time. Oh, the trials and tribulations of recording these things. But still, there we go, we'll put that one in. Looks pretty decent. At this point I'm also thinking about moving that round again. Or at least I was internally, I might not have said it out loud. But you might find the next time you see the city that entrance to the outdoor study zone has now moved. Yes, go a bit path crazy. You know how I am with paths, they've got to be everywhere. Yep, happy with that. And then what other ones do we need to add in? We have the trade school fountain. I thought it might be quite nice to decorate the roundabout with these. I'll put one right in the middle there. Double check how it looks. Ended up deciding that it looks pretty good, but I think it needs an extra couple. So we can make some duplicates of these. As it's not just one of those one-shot buildings, we can put in a few. Have them dotted around all over the campus, but I figured 3 in the middle of the roundabout looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Is it overkill? Or is it how every awesome university campus should have their fountains? Who knows? Let me know. Let me know. I quite like it. And was there anything else? Yes, there was the big old trade school, what's it called? The police academy? Yes, that's the one. And it's a giant building. I'm sat there loading it up going, oh my life, that's never going to fit or look decent anywhere near here. Don't want it too near the dorms. I want to have it along the back here somewhere. I think I'll try out a couple of combinations of paths just to kind of make it look right. I seem to recall it takes me a lot longer than it really should. But then again, that's very easy for me to say from this position of commentary. God, yeah, there's a lot of faffing. No, that's not going to work, it's too close. Oh, hindsight vision is 2020, isn't it? Hindsight and having already done it once. Draw that in to get the straight line, and then delete that again, just to come thinking. I've got my eye on there's another building that will unlock later on, when the university levels up again, which will go in there. He says. Pretty sure it will. That's right, we'll draw some paths, delete some paths, draw some paths again. Trying to work out how I want to have this set up to look. I'm thinking, maybe we can connect it straight into that crossing. Kind of looks okay. But then you realise, oh god, it's ginormous, it's bigger than I thought. So I'm going to have to move a path back to kind of take up a bit more space. So let's add on to that a little bit. Here we go. All the way back. Go further than we need, just to kind of get the closeness. A bit more. That's the one that should fit in there, I think. Yep, just so we can just lose those paths. We'll just pop it in. Oh, back and forth, back and forth. God, I'm so indecisive. But I'm sure when I was chatting my nonsense whilst I was recording it, it all made perfect sense at the time. Lovely having a little look, maybe see if I like it. Probably going to mimic the part on the other side. No, that path still doesn't go there. You tried it before, Stu. Yeah, delete them again. Just leave it as it is. I think you've done alright. Contemplating why it has parking when it's built on a pathway and no cars can actually get to it. Maybe you're supposed to build it roadside in your city? Who knows? Now here I'm just checking out, actually these big buildings offer some nice perks for your city. So this one increases the efficiency of your police force, puts a few more cars on the road, and that's all for no additional money, so other than the outlay for the building itself. Just double checking the changes here, so all those buildings we've added in has taken us way over the attractiveness levels we were looking at, so that's good news. Found out I can give another grant, try and get that last academic work in place to level us up, and then it will just be a case of getting in some students. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good now. The university's definitely starting to take shape. See what I mean? When we first started putting in, I said they were a little bit of a slow burn, but they do get there over time. And it's very enjoyable. Now, one of the things I wanted to do, which I'm looking at here, is I'm talking about potentially putting in a transport hub for that side of town, maybe with an intercity bus, a proper bus station. Get some people moving, and generally just having a little look around, contemplating where we're going next. Probably going to build this up a little bit more, maybe make it into a nice kind of marina area was what I was thinking. I think I just want to do a last little stretch of terraforming, admire all the people starting to use it. I mean, that's a good way to, there's so many people coming down to check that out. Yep, just want to take away some of those square edges. I always find the landscaping, little and often, is often the way. Just kind of beautify things as you go, or just set aside 5 to 10 minutes every so often just to, you know, put in a tiny park or a few extra trees. Always does the job quite nicely. And here, yes, I was just commenting that the cable car was at the perfect smog height for those industry areas there. If I could have gotten to go through the chimneys, that would have been even better. But yeah, so I think overall we've kind of made it to the end. That looks pretty decent. This has been an interesting one. Thanks for joining me, and yeah, we'll catch up with you a little bit later. Alright, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.